Hello everyone, I am Soloman Acosta and welcome back to Oil Painting for You. Today I'd like to share with you how I created this amazing painting of Frodo in a traditional oil painting style. Our friendly, forever smiling Frodo was kind enough to pose for a photo. Good boy. A lot of times I am asked how the eyes are done, so let's get started right into the eyes. We are creating this painting on a 16 by 20 inch MDF oil prime panel. We should be reminding ourselves that we are painting shapes, and the eyes are nothing more than a series of shapes of value, color, and temperature. Now that I've laid the eyes in, I'm going to mix up a little bit of asphaltum with Indian yellow. And I'm going to create a color for our shadow side of Frodo's face. Remember to remind yourself to take a few steps back every so often and assess your painting for the value, color, and temperature, as well as making any corrections to the drawing of shapes. I'm using a green made out of ultramarine blue and Indian yellow. We're going to use this to paint the mouth of Frodo. If you've watched any of my videos, you've already heard me repeat the famous saying that value does all the work and color gets all the credit. But it is temperature. Temperature is the key to painting. Because with temperature, we can create the effect of light. And this effect of light should be in our central focal area, which is in the middle third of our painting. And we're going to already start to lay in the base for our focal area. This focal area is going to have the highest contrast of the brightest brights up against the darkest darks in value. And we can see our main focal area is going to be right in the middle of the chest of Frodo. There can also be secondary and tertiary focal areas, which are less intense, as well as eye magnets, which can help lead the viewer around our composition. It's good not to stay focused on one area and move around the painting quite a bit. That way you can relate colors to one another. We are starting to put in this background color of the fence above Frodo's head. This will help us to judge and give us something to relate our colors to. No part of our painting will get done before the rest of it. Once our canvas is covered, then we can really assess and judge what does the painting need or does not need. You'll notice how I'm holding my brush most of the time. I'm holding it way back from the end of the handle. I heard another artist say that you pay for the whole handle of the brush, so you might as well use it. In the beginning of the painting, I had a much smaller brush because the painting in Frodo's face was much tighter. We want to loosen up our painting a little bit now, and having a bigger brush is going to help us do that. It's always a good idea to use the biggest brush you could use for the job. Maybe even go a size bigger than you need. I'm left-handed, but here I pick up a brush with my right hand and start to make some abstract marks. This is a sure way to loosen up your painting. I also do not mind using my finger to soften an edge, or also you could use a dry brush. Fan brushes work really well. Now we're going to mix up a warm dark color using ultramarine blue and asphaltum, and we're going to use this to paint the shadow that's in the tambark in front of Frodo. Now that the canvas is completely covered, we can take a look and see if we need to work on any of our drawing or shapes. Once we are happy with our composition, we can start to put on some of the highlights. A lot of times artists refer to this as putting on the jewelry. Our painting of Frodo is looking amazing. A couple more highlights and all we have to do is sign it.